So let's come down onto our backs. And when you get there, you're going to bring the soles of your feet together and then let your knees come out wide. So this is a butterfly pose. And if it's way too intense already, then if you've got pillows, you can stuff them sort of underneath the sides of your legs. Or you can take your feet further away from you, and that might increase or decrease the sensation in your inner thighs. And then take your hands onto your belly here, and we're just going to start with a bit of belly breath. So I want you to breathe in through your nose, and as you do so, press your belly softly into the palms of your hands, and then you can exhale out your mouth. Let's do a few more breaths like that. Inhale, pressing your belly into the palms of your hands, and exhaling out your mouth. Breathe in. Breathe out. So what this breath does is it allows the mind to focus. So you're coming out of the thoughts of the future, the past, and you're coming into your body and you're feeling into the sensations. And whenever you focus on a body part, the mind or the body responds by sending more blood into that area. So in this case, the organs of the abdomen. Take your last deep breath in here. And full breath out. And then continue that slow breath. You can continue palpating the belly out and in, but just let your lips softly close so the breath starts to come in and out your nose. And then bring your knees together. You're going to draw your right knee in towards your chest. Let your hands interlace that right shin. And now with your left leg, you either keep that foot on the floor or straighten your left leg out. Let your heel come down and rest on your mat. And if it doesn't rest comfortably, then come back to that bent knee position. And then roll through your right ankle in one direction and then the other. So this is called wind relieving pose, sort of descriptive within the name, but it also gently presses on your abdomen, which creates a toning sensation for your organs, which are also a muscle. Let's switch directions with those ankle rolls. And then if that left leg is straight, I want you to re-bend it. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, coming into a figure four position here on your back. And then gently lifting your left knee and pulling the legs in towards your chest. Let your hands wrap around your left hamstring, or maybe your left shin if you've got a lot of mobility in your hips. And then what I like to do here is just rock a little bit from side to side. It's like a flossing for the hip socket on your right side. Still keeping that slow, deep breath. And then bring your legs to stillness at center and come a little deeper, flexing into your right toes so the toes are lifting towards your shin and you're driving that right knee away from your chest. Take a deep breath into the tightest sensation in that hip and a full breath out. Okay, you're going to take your left hand and grab this underside of your right foot, and then your right hand is going to grab your right knee. You're going to straighten your left leg up towards the ceiling, flex the toes towards your face, and then see if you can pull your right shin closer in towards your chest. You're going to pull your chin in towards your chest now. Option to lift your head up. So we're in an ab prep position. You should feel your abdominals start to turn on. And then I want you to press your left heel away from you down towards the mat with a straight leg, and then all the way back up. So we're just waking up a little bit of the core here. Press that left leg away down towards the earth and back up. Away. And up. Away. Up. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift and hold it here. Now I want you to keep your right leg as it is, exactly in the position if you can. So you're going to have to engage your leg and release your hands. Stay here. Let your hands hover the ground beside your hips, and then let your left heel hover the floor away from the body down towards the mat. Good. Pull your right heel in towards your face. Take a deep breath in. And then release both knees into your chest, breath out. So often in yoga, we rely on the body to sort of press ourselves and pretzel ourselves into different positions. So we're going to play a little bit without the body doing the work. Like the body's still doing the work, but you don't have that resistance or that pressure from another limb. Okay, let's keep that left knee in towards your chest and then stretch your right leg out long. Start to roll through that left ankle. Again, toning the abdomen on this side. So a little bit of stomach, small intestine, and mainly the descending colon. Let's switch the directions on the ankle. Good, and then rebend that right leg and cross your left ankle over your right thigh, coming in towards that figure four. We want integrity for the knee joint here, so really flex hard into your left foot. So draw the toes up towards your shin, and then hug your right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your hands around either your hamstring on that right leg or maybe the shin if you've got more depth or mobility in the hip. And then let's try that slight rocking from side to side here. Use the breath, send it into the tight spaces of the body. Good, come back to center with your legs. And then pull the knee a little deeper, bringing that left shin over top of your chest, closing the gap there. And then let's take the right hand to the sole of your left foot, and then your left hand on to your left knee. You're going to pull that leg a little closer and then straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling. So you're kind of holding your left leg in a figure four position. Let's tuck the chin in towards the chest, start to lift your head, maybe even the shoulders, and then stretch that right leg down towards the floor, and then lift it up. Lower and lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. 3 more. 1. 2. 3. Lift the right leg. See exactly where your left shin is. Start to flex and activate that foot, that leg, and then release your hands. Let them hover the floor beside your hips. Stretch your arms out long, and then pull that left heel in towards your chest. You should be feeling this. Take a deep inhale, and then release knees into your chest. Exhale. Okay, take your hands now and wrap them around the back of your hamstrings. Let's start to roll forward and back towards a seated position, and then all the way back down. Putting a little bit of pressure on the spine, bringing blood and fresh oxygen into that area. And then next time you come forward, you're going to cross your ankles and come to all fours, tabletop position. So middle of your mat here, knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath your shoulders, fan out your fingers, and let's find a little bit of cat-cow. Let the belly start to lower down towards the floor as you arch through your spine, draw your shoulder blades back and lift your gaze, your chin. That's your inhale breath. And then tuck your chin in towards your chest, start to round your spine, hug your belly inward. That's your exhale. Breath in to arch, finding that hammock shake for the back. And breath out, round yourself like a cat. Start to close your eyes here. Move through these two shapes with your breath, your timing. So that might be a little bit slower or a little bit faster than me. Let's take 2 more rounds. Good, and then come back to center, so neutral spine with a flat back. I want you to bend into your right knee, so draw your heel towards your bum and then lift your right leg. Keep your heel squeezing towards your bum so that your hamstrings and your glutes turn on. And then I want you to point your knee out to the right, like you're a little dog and there's a big fire hydrant beside you. You gotta get that leg up nice and high. Now pull your knee towards your right tricep. And then knee to face down towards the floor. And then back up again. So we're creating these big circles for the hip socket. So continue that circular motion. Try to move really slow and keep the weight equal through both of your hands. Keep your chest pointing down towards the floor so that it isolates the movement to your hip socket versus your whole body trying to shift and compensate. Let's switch directions. Still breathing here. Try to soften your face. Ungrit your teeth. Okay, now you're going to straighten that right leg back out behind you. And then reach your left arm forward, tiger pose. Working with a little bit of balance here, let's stretch through the limbs. Take a deep breath in. And then bend your left elbow and your right knee to tap, breath out. Reach long through the limbs, inhale. Left elbow, right knee taps under the body, exhale. Reach long, big breath in. Tap your knees, big breath out. Good, now reach long through your limbs and pause here. Look down at the floor and close your eyes. Just notice your body sort of shifting around in space, trying to adapt, compensate, adjust. One more inhale here. And then release your left hand and your right knee as you exhale. Good. Let's pull that left heel up towards the bum, engage through the hamstring, the glute, and then lift your knee up. Start to point your knee towards the left, fire hydrant modified on the hands and knees, and then let that left knee come towards your left hamstring, or your left tricep, and then down towards the floor, and then big circles. So the belly is working here, that right leg and that right glute are working. You should feel them, especially after we just worked that side. Slower is harder, so don't rush. Let's switch directions. Okay, let's straighten that left leg out and then reach your right arm forward, tiger pose, other side. Let's extend through your left leg, your right arm with a big breath in, and then bend your elbow and your knee to tap under the body, breath out. Good, reach long, inhale. bend and tap, exhale. Reach long, breath in. Bend and tap, breath out. Reach long, gaze down, close your eyes. Claw a little harder with that left palm, the left fingertips into your mat. Take a deep breath in. And then release your hand and your knee, breath out. Let's tuck your toes and then come back to sit on your heels. Take a little break for the wrist. Roll them out in one direction. And then the other. Good. And then come back. Reach your hands a little further forward now. Take your hands slightly wider with the toes tucked. Lift your knees, downward facing dog. Just to know here how long your legs should be away from your hands. Let's shift forward to a plank pose. So you shouldn't necessarily have to move your feet to adjust and then just press right back up to downward facing dog. Again, if you've got really tight hamstrings, absolutely walk your feet a little closer towards you. Let's again slide forward to that plank pose with an inhale. And then back to downward facing dog, exhale. Again, use the breath in, slide forward, plank pose. And exhale, down dog. Plank pose, breath comes in. And then we'll pause here. Come high onto the balls of your feet. Press the earth away from you. There's a slight lifting of the upper back, a puffing of the upper back. Soften your face, your jaw. Take a deep inhale. And then lower your knees to the earth. Chest and chin, bend your elbows. Belly lands on the mat. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet down. Cobra pose. Let's lift our chin, chest, and shoulders up. And then exhale, soften them down. Feel your pubic bone press into the floor as you lift your heart up. And exhale, soften. Last one here, lift up, big breath in. Option to float your hands as well. Hover them to the mat. And then release. Tuck your toes, press to a kneeling plank with an inhale. Arms strong and straight. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back as you exhale. Send those heels nice and high. Come to the balls of your feet and then tippy toe walk your feet to the front of your mat. Towards your hands. Find a forward fold here. You can measure out the distance between your feet, which is hip width. That's 2 fists between your feet. And then just let yourself dangle here a bit, sway from side to side, bend your knees. And then start to roll up one vertebrae at a time, stacking your bones. Slide those shoulder blades down the back. Let your head and your neck be the last to arrive here. Palms face forward, resting beside the hips. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Let's reach those hands up overhead. Gaze lifts. Inhale. And then hinge at your hips and fold down to the floor as you exhale. Find a halfway lift with your chest. Think flat back. Hands slide to your shins. Lengthen. And then forward fold. Let it go. Round your spine. Let's take 2 more like that. Half lift. Press the palms of your hands into your shin bones. Arms lengthen. Spine lengthens. And then forward fold. Let it go. Last one here. Half lift. Breath in. Crown of head presses forward. And then forward fold. Bring your fingers to the earth and step your right foot to the back of your mat. Lower your back knee. So we're in a low lunge here. I want you to lift your chest up and slide the shoulder blades down your back. Keep your fingers on the floor. So some of us might need, if you've got them, those blocks underneath your hands here. We're going to do a little bit of movement. Inhale, lift your gaze forward. And then as you exhale, I want you to straighten through your front leg, flip your toes up towards your face, and fold yourself down, half splits. Rebend that front knee with the inhale. And then straighten that front leg and fold, exhale. Rebend the knee, breath in. Straighten and fold, breath out. Keep yourself here with that front leg straight. Just lift your chest, spread through the front toes, breath in. Fold your heart deeper down over that leg, breath out. Stay here, inhale. And exhale. Drive your heel down, pull your left hip back, big breath in. And then release, breath out. Rebend into your front knee, and then bring your right palm onto your mat, directly underneath your right shoulder. You're gonna lift your front toes and then roll. That's my cat's food is being dispensed right now, if you hear that. You're gonna roll onto the knife edge of your left foot. It's like you've got a piece of gum underneath the sole of your foot and you need to check it out, see how bad it is. So roll that knee wide, and then as you do that, I want you to squeeze your inner thighs, so think femur bones into the hip socket. And then peel your left arm up and reach it towards the ceiling. Think of the outside edge of your front foot pressing down and back towards your body. Should start to feel that hamstring turn on, the glute med working to stabilize you. Take a deep breath in. And then release that left hand, reseal the front foot as you breathe out. Now plant both your palms to the ground, tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Three-legged dog, we're gonna sweep that left leg all the way up towards this ceiling. Bend into your left knee, stack and open that hip. So now we're in that fire hydrant pose here. Same as on our knees, and know that you can come down onto your right knee if you need. Squeeze your left heel towards your bum, and then find those big circles, pulling that knee forward to point down towards the earth, and then all the way back up. Let's do 3 in this direction. Try to square your shoulders. Let's reverse directions. Good, and then stretch that left leg long behind you. Take a deep breath in. Bring the left toes to land beside the right. Downward facing dog, breath out. Come forward to a plank position. Big inhale. And then lower your knees, chest and chin to the earth. Exhale. Untuck your toes, cobra pose, just like before. Let the chest, the chin lift. And then soften down. Tuck your toes, kneeling plank. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Lift those hips. Exhale. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Bring those big toes together to touch at the back of your mat, and then sweep your right leg to the sky. 3-legged dog, inhale. Pull your right knee into your chest. Slide your shoulders forward to stack over your wrists. And then straighten that leg back out, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your chest. Straighten that leg, big breath in. Knee to your chest, breath out. Hold yourself here. So you're in a plank position with that right knee into the chest. Take the gaze to the earth. Inhale. As soft as you can, step that right foot forward towards your right thumb. Saturday morning, right? We've got to work a little bit. Spin your back heel down. We're in a warrior 2 position in our feet. So my back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Front toes face forward. Front knee is bent. Then take your hands to the inside of that front foot. Now I want you to walk your hands wide to the left, sort of towards that upper left corner of your mat. And you can come onto the palms of your hands, or just for a more strength in your fingers, tent up your fingers. Think like little suction cup hands. And then let your head and neck hang. So the head is 10 to 12 pounds. We're going to soften through the back of your neck. And there's a chance that your right hip has swung really wide to the side. Can you pull it back? Think tailbone faces the back of your mat. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. One more big one like that. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, you're going to walk your hands to the left now. And then turn your right toes in and your heels out. So you're in a wide-legged position. Hands are underneath the shoulders, just for support here, and then take your right arm wide and your left arm wide, like wings out to the side. Now you can have your legs as wide or as close as you need. You can just test this out. You're gonna bend into your right knee, and then back to center, straighten that leg. And then bend into the left knee. Straighten and right. And then we're just gonna continue this motion here from side to side. So just move as slow or as fast as you want to. One more on each side. We'll meet back at center. Center gazes down, reach the arms long, press into your feet, inhale. And then let the hands come down and fold as you exhale. Take a little halfway lift of your chest, so gaze comes forward, breath comes in. And then forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Good. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands underneath the shoulders, walk your hands back towards the front of your mat. All 10 toes are gonna follow. So we're in a lunge again. Facing forward, back leg strong and straight, take an inhale. Step your left foot beside your right at the front of your mat and forward fold, exhale. Find that halfway lift as you breathe in. And then bend into your knees a lot. Let your hips sink down so it's like you're sitting into a chair, and then sweep your hands forward. Chest starts to lift, gaze starts to lift, knees are still deeply bent. And then I want you to press your feet down and away from each other. Hello, outside of the hips, turn on. Can you sink a little lower? Take a deep breath in. Stay here for the breath out. And then stand up, reach your hands overhead, inhale. Take your hands in front of your heart in prayer, exhale. Reach those hands up high, big breath in. Forward fold to the mat, breath out. Halfway lift, inhale. Fingers press down, and then step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Let your left knee lower. Low lunge position here. We're gonna find that movement, so take the blocks underneath your hands if you need them. Lift your heart, breath in. Straighten through your front leg, flip your toes up towards your face, half splits pose. And then re-bend that knee, hips come forward, heart lifts. Exhale, half splits, front leg straightens. Again, bend into that knee, inhale. Straighten and fold, stay here. Hands can walk a little closer towards the body, just your chest lifts as you breathe in. And then fold your heart down as you breathe out. Stay here, fan out your toes, pull the right hip back, inhale. Soften into that pose, exhale. One more big breath in. And full breath out. Rebend the front knee. Place your left palm on the earth inside your front foot and directly under your left shoulder. Now lift your right toes and roll onto the outside edge of that foot so your knee comes out wide. Good, and then pull your inner thighs towards each other and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Think less weight in your left palm, more strength in your legs. The palm stays on the ground, but the legs get so fired up. Take a deep breath in. And then release that right hand, reseal your front foot. Let's tuck our back toes and lift the back knee. Three-legged dog. You're gonna sweep that right leg up towards the sky. Bend into your right knee, stack and open that hip. Squeeze your right heel to your bum. And then 3 slow circles with that knee in one direction. Slower the harder. Once you're done those 3, you just switch. 3 in the other direction. And then sweep that right leg nice and long behind you with an inhale breath. Step the right foot down beside the left. Downward facing dog, exhale. You can stay in down dog or slide forward to that plank position as you breathe in. Lower your knees, chest, and chin as you breathe out. Come up for cobra or maybe upward facing dog. So just pressing into the arms, straightening them, lifting the chest wherever you are. Straight to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in here in down dog. And a slow breath out. Let's take that left heel to the sky. Big breath in. Pull your left knee into your chest. Slide your shoulders forward to stack on top of your wrists. And then reverse, 3-legged dog. Left leg straightens. Exhale, knee to your chest. Inhale, left leg straightens. Exhale, knee to your chest. Pause here. Press firmer into your hands. Lift your hips. Gaze down. And then as silent as you can, left foot steps to left thumb. Spin your back heel down so the back foot's parallel with the back of your mat. You've got heel to heel alignment in your feet. And then walk your hands to that upper right corner. Think like downward dog in the chest. So you're gonna widen through the collarbones here. You can come onto your palms or stay tented up onto your fingertips. And then get lighter in the upper body and let your head lengthen down towards the floor. Press your feet down and towards each other here. Fire up those inner thighs. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Then walk your hands to the right. So we're going to do a little bit of differently. You're going to walk your feet a little closer towards each other. Turn your toes out and your heels in. Coming in towards goddess squat. So sink your bum down and then bring your hands up in towards prayer. Good. From here, a little more fun, we're going to interlace our hands behind the head. Take the elbows wide like you're sun tanning. And then let's get those obliques. So with the elbows wide, take a deep breath in. And then tip your left elbow down towards your left thigh as you breathe out. They don't have to touch. Come back to center, inhale. Tap that right elbow down, exhale. Center, breath in. Left, breath out. Center to the right. Center, left. Keep pressing those knees back. Center to the right. Center to the left. Center to the right. And then center, straighten your legs, reach your hands up, turn your toes in. Exhale, fold. Fingers to the ground, crown of the head lowers. Let's halfway lift, inhale. And fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breath in. And fold, breath out. Halfway lift as you inhale. Stand, walk your hands to the left. Come back to face the front of the mat. In that runner's position here, take a breath in. Step your back foot forward to meet your left and fold, breath out. Halfway lift, flat back as you inhale. Bend into your knees as you exhale. And then sweep your hands forward. Chair pose. Hug those low ribs in. So we want to take the arch out of the spine here. And then press your feet down and away from each other. Good. Take a deep inhale. Sink a little lower as you exhale. Last breath here. Breathe in. Full breath out. And then stand up. Reach your hands high. Breath in. Take your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Breath out. Weight comes into that left foot. I want you to pull your right knee in towards your chest. And then we're going to find figure four. So cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And then bend into your standing leg. Press your sit bones back. Once again, it's like you're sitting in that chair. And you can fold your heart down as deeply as you like towards that right shin. But ensure that you flex your right toes. And then lift your right hip slightly up and pull it back. Let's start to rise back up. You're going to pull your right knee back in towards your chest. And then we're going to come to warrior three. My right leg is going to sweep back behind me. Chest is going to fold forward. Airplane pose. Your hands can reach out to the side like wings. Gaze is down towards the floor. Back of the neck is long. Now, as slow as we can, we're going to transition to a lunge. So start to bend into your front standing leg. Let those right toes land at the back of your mat. And then sweep your hands up to the ceiling as you inhale. Pull your hands in towards prayer in front of the heart as you exhale. You're going to tip forward here. Back leg is strong and straight. And then twist to the left. Hook your right elbow outside of your front thigh. That back knee can come down here to modify if you need a bit of a break. And then wherever you are, I want you to gently press your front leg and your elbow towards each other. You should feel that in the outside of your hip. Good. Take a deep breath in. And then release your hands down as you breathe out. We're going to sweep that left leg to the sky again. Three-legged dog as you inhale. Bend into that top knee. Stack and open the hip as you exhale. Take a big breath in here. And a full breath out. And then straighten that left leg. Breathe in. Step the toes down beside the right. Downward facing dog. Chill out here in down dog. Or you can take a vinyasa. And if you don't know what that is, then just hang out here with me in down dog. Vinyasa is sort of what we were doing, the plank pose, lower, upward dog, and downward dog. Take a deep breath in your downward facing dog. And a full breath out. Take that right leg to the sky as you inhale. And then step your right foot outside your right hand as you exhale. So we're coming in towards a lizard lunge position. So my right foot is slightly wide, hands are underneath the shoulders. Back leg is lifted, but you can, again, bring that knee down if you need a little bit of a break. So I'm going to lift my gaze, lift my chin with an inhale breath. And then I want you to send your hips high and gently straighten through that front leg. Now it might not go all the way straight, and that's all good. I just want you to start to feel that sensation into the hamstring and the outside of your hip. Let's re-bend that front knee with an inhale. And then straighten and pull the hips up and back as you exhale. Again, bend, breath in. Straighten and pull it back, breath out. Last one here, bend. And straighten. Let's re-bend the front knee. Lower the back knee down. And then left palm stays, right arm reaches up. Now already here with gravity pulling your hips down, you should feel a little bit of a stretch in the front of your left hip, your hip flexor. If you want to go deeper, reach your right hand back. Bend into your left knee and catch your foot. So now we're taking a thigh stretch. If you want to go even deeper, we'll add in what we did at the beginning. Flip your front toes up towards your shin and start to roll onto the knife edge of that front foot. So now we're getting a little bit more inner thigh, activating that glute med on the right side and opening the front of that left leg. Let's take one more big breath in and full breath out. Let's release it all down. Walk that front foot forward to center. And then tuck the back toes, and you're gonna crawl your hands forward. This is where those blocks or water bottles might come in handy underneath the palms of your hands. We're gonna come towards a supported warrior 3 or L-shaped pose. So that left heel is lifted. Think flat back in your spine. And that right leg is your support, pressing down into the floor. Now take a deep breath in here. And a full breath out. And then pull your left knee in towards your chest. And you're gonna rise up to stand, hugging that knee with you, really slow and steady. Now we're gonna find figure 4 here again, but this time left ankle crossed over the right thigh. Start to bend into your standing leg. Now this is just to set up. Take your right hand and cup the bottom of your left foot. And then your left hand grabs the outside of your left knee. Just like we did when we were on our back, I want you to pick up that left leg and stand up tall. So you're pulling your left shin bone up in towards your chest. Okay, now you see where that leg is. You see how high it is, how strong it is. I want you to keep it there and release your hands. Yes, take a deep breath in and then step that foot down, breath out. Reach those hands up high overhead, inhale. Take your hands to prayer in front of your heart, exhale. Again, like that, flesh it out, reach up, breathe in. Hands to heart, breathe out. Reach up, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. We're gonna ask that right leg to work a little more. So feeling the weight into your right foot, pull your left knee in towards your chest. And then we're gonna find, again, figure 4. It's gonna feel like a nice stretch here, crossing that left ankle over the right thigh. This time you're gonna bend deeply. Start to rise up, pull that left knee in towards your chest, and then kick it back for warrior 3, airplane pose. So that left leg is strong. Hands can come out to the side like wings. That right leg, that right hip is working hard here. We're gonna come towards that high lunge, so soften through the standing leg, Let the left toes land, and then sweep your hands up high, inhale. Take your hands to prayer in front of your heart as you exhale. Tip your chest forward. Twist to the right. Hook your left elbow outside that front thigh. Again, that back knee can come down for support. And then gently press that front leg and that elbow towards each other as you spiral your chest towards the right wall. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Release your hands down, frame that front foot. Three-legged dog. Kick that right leg up and back towards the ceiling. Bend into your knees. Stack and open your right hip. Fire hydrant pose. Breath in. Breath out. Straighten your right leg. Inhale. Step that right foot down beside the left as you exhale. Now you choose here, down dog, come to child's pose on your knees, or move through a vinyasa. Okay, back to downward facing dog. Rest is over. It's coming, don't worry. Bring your big toes together to touch at the back of your mat and sweep your left heel to the sky. And then slowly step your left foot outside of your left hand. So we're in that lizard lunge position. Back leg is strong and straight, but that knee can come down if you need. Let's lift the gaze up with a breath in. And then pull your hips up back. Start to slowly straighten through that front leg. Ish. Bend your front knee. Inhale. Straighten. Exhale. Bend. Breath in. Straighten. Breath out. Bend. Inhale. Last one. Straighten. Exhale. Bend into that front knee. Lower the back knee to the ground. And then press your right palm into the earth and lift your left arm up. Okay, opening through the front of the right hip this time, taking that option for a deeper variation. You're going to reach your left hand back, bend into your right knee, and catch a hold of your foot. Coming in towards a thigh stretch. And know that if you don't catch the foot, that's all good. You're still getting the benefits. And then option to flip your front toes and roll onto the outside edge of that front foot. You don't want any creases in your ankle bone here, so make sure that leg is still strong and sturdy. Okay, take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Let's slowly release the back leg, reseal that front foot, and walk it towards the center of your mat. And then you're going to come into that runner's lunge, so activate your back leg here, crawl your hands forward, and let that back leg float up. So it's almost like you're in a supported airplane pose with your fingers on the ground. You can bend into that standing leg to get those fingers there. We won't stay long. Let's take a big breath in here. Pull your right knee into your chest, soften to that standing leg, and then rise up with that knee. Okay, figure four, you're going to cross that right ankle over your left thigh, and then bend into that standing leg. Just to set up here first. And then that left hand is going to cup the bottom of your right foot. The right hand is going to cup your right knee. And then you're going to stand up, rise up, pull that shin in towards your chest. Flex hard through your right toes. See where the leg is in space, and then try and hold it there as you release your hands. Still breathing. Take a deep breath in. And then release that foot down, hands down, breath out. Let's reach the hands up overhead as you inhale. And then forward fold to the earth as you exhale. Find a halfway lift here as you breathe in. And then bend your knees, bend your knees so much that your bum comes down onto the ground. From here, we're just going to come onto our backs. So slowly let yourself roll down. And we'll end just like we began. So the first stretch I want to do here just quickly is your left ankle again, figure four, is going to cross over your right thigh. And then I want you to pick up your hips and shift them to the left a few inches. And then with your legs staying in figure four, I want you to fully let them fall down towards the right so that the left sole of your foot connects to the floor outside your right hip. Now, with your right hand, catch a hold of your left ankle, and you can pull that heel a little closer in towards your body to increase the sensation. Now, push your top knee away from your face, and then reach your left hand above your head until you start to feel a little bit of a pulling in the left side body. And then I want you to push your left hip down towards the floor and away from your left fingertips, and that should increase the sensation. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Slowly bring yourself back to center, and we'll just switch sides. So the right ankle is going to cross that left thigh to start. And then just shift your hips an inch or two to the right, and then let your whole legs fall to the left, staying in that figure four position. Catch your right ankle with your left hand, and you can draw that heel as close as you need to start to feel that sensation in the right hip. And ooh, mama, do I feel it. Now that top knee, you're pressing it away from your face, so there's an activation in the legs. Reach that right arm over your head so you start to find length in the right side waist. And then press that right hip down towards the floor and away from your right fingertips. Woo. Last breath here, inhale. And exhale. I'm going to come back to center, unravel your legs, pull your knees in towards your chest, take them a little wider, and we'll find happy baby pose. So your hands will catch a hold of either the outside edges of your feet or maybe your ankles or your shin. Grab wherever you can, keep your tailbone on the earth. And then we'll release for Shavasana. So corpse pose, I want you to stretch your legs out nice and long. And let your hands rest beside your hips. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath your back. You can rock your head from side to side just to release any tension in your neck. And then let your eyes softly close here. And we're going to do a breath work practice on our backs. It's called Viloma breath. And it's a very cooling and grounding breath. And it means V, it means negotiate, and Loma means air. So take a deep breath in, and then breathe out. We're going to inhale for a count of 10, but I'm going to create 2 pauses within that space of 10. So breathe in for 1, pause for 2. Breathe in 3, 4, 5. Pause for 2. Inhale 8, 9, 10. Exhale fully. Breathe in for 1. Pause. 2. Inhale 3, 4, 5. Pause for 2. Inhale 8, 9, 10. Exhale fully. Breathe in 1. Pause for 2. Inhale 3, 4, 5. Pause 2. Inhale 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Breathe in 1. Pause 2. Inhale 3, 4, 5. Pause 6, 7. Inhale 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Inhale. Pause 2. Inhale 3, 4, 5. Pause 2. Inhale 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Breathe in 1. Pause 2. Inhale 3, 4, 5. Pause 2. Inhale 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Inhale 1. Pause 2. Inhale 3, 4, 5. Pause for 2. Inhale 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Inhale 1. Pause 2. Inhale 3, 4, 5. Pause for 2. Inhale 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Inhale 1. Pause 2. Inhale 3, 4, 5. Pause for 2. Inhale 8, 9, 10. Full exhale. Big breath in. Full breath out. Just allow your breath to come natural here. In and out your nose. Slowly start to bring your focus back to your breath, back into your body, feeling into your hands and your toes first. You can find slight movement there, wiggling through your fingertips and your toe tips, and then rolling into your ankles and your wrists. You can reach overhead, point through your toes, open up your mouth, take a big breath in, maybe a fake yawn or a real yawn comes. And then release. Pull your knees up in towards your chest one at a time. Give yourself a little squeeze here. You rock from side to side a bit. And then roll on your right or your left shoulder into a fetal position. Using your top arm, press yourself up towards a seat. You can sit with crossed legs or on top of your heels, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And then let's just bring our hands in towards prayer in front of the heart if that fits you, and if not, then just leave your hands down in your legs. It's all good. And we'll just take a moment here together to sit in a space of gratitude. So many things to be grateful for in our lives. This practice being one, this beautiful community that we share. Our family, our friends. Allow yourself to connect to that here. What are you grateful for? Take a big breath in through your nose. And a full breath out. Namaste, everyone.